All right, and we should be good.
We're on the internet?
Yes, although it doesn't look like my audio is coming through, so uh, have fun. Oh, nope,
No, your
my,
audio's coming
okay,
through fine.
it's just not showing up on my OBS. But that's fine.
Perfect. Well, let's get started anyways. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Or if you're a first timer, welcome to our stream. My name is Tim. I'm the assistant manager at Admiralty House Communications Museum. Um, and this is our Minecraft stream. We used to do it weekly back when we were in lockdown, and now we're doing it a little less often, but we're really hoping to go all out for it. So I guess I'll pass it over to Tyler and Juliana to introduce themselves.
Cool. I'm Tyler. I'm a tech and education officer at Admiralty House, and also the facilitator of the stream, which is kind of why my little pigeon guy is up in a different spot because you're seeing my gameplay.
Yeah, and I'm Juliana. I'm the collections manager at Admiralty House, and I'm just along for the ride because my computer can't handle Minecraft.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, oh,
Nope, nope. Go ahead.
sorry. All right. Sorry if I'm clearing my throat a lot. I just had supper and it was really good, but it is not gone yet. So, today we are going to be working on a punk rock project. So, for those of you who have or haven't heard, Punk Rock Pearl is our upcoming exhibit that will be opening next Friday. And we'll talk a bit more about the specifics later, but I guess I'll hand it over to Juliana if you want to give us sort of what is the elevator pitch of Punk Rock Pearl?
So, we're looking at punk history as it relates specifically to Mount Pearl. And it turns out that Mount Pearl actually has a super deep history with punk, and that hasn't really been explored at all in the past by any institution or probably any, well, I'd say individual people have talked about it, but we're trying to bring it to a new audience that isn't really familiar with punk music necessarily. And I think it's really interesting. I learned a lot.
Yeah, I have to say, as someone who, like, I know little to nothing about punk music, history, the scene, just being at the museum while you guys were working on the exhibit has been, like, eye-opening. Oh my
Yeah.
god, you
Oh
release the
no.
Frosties? Oh no, my
I love their
computer is
faces.
going to crash.
Ah, it'll be fine, probably.
I'm getting like 20 FPS.
But they're so friendly. I know we talked about like getting rid of them, quote unquote, but I'd feel so bad.
We have a comment saying yes, set them free, and I agree.
Yeah, see, like it's fine. Your computer will be fine, probably.
They're not
I've just
domesticated.
moved
They
far enough
deserve to roam
away.
wild.
Should we let them into the museum?
Yes, they're
I mean, if
visitors.
you want to start herding them into the museum, but like, be my guest.
I'm not gonna herd them, but I will open the doors for them. Um, I guess I can do a quick walkthrough of the museum before we get too started. Or, well, I guess the
Yeah,
HM wireless station.
absolutely.
So, for anyone who might be new to the stream, our very first Minecraft project was creating in Minecraft the HM wireless station, um, which was a top secret communication station based out of Mount Pearl. It was built in 1915. Um, Sorry, it has been a long day. So the museum that we all work at is actually in one of the two original buildings that made up the HM Wireless Station, and that's what we recreated here, as it would have probably been back in 1915. Am I forgetting anything?
No, it sounds about right.
Yeah, we went through and made all of the interior rooms. So we've got a couple of sick rooms, bathrooms, water closets, storage. Oh yeah, the covered way. Little heating chamber, larder. There's a lot of rooms.
I always forget how creepy the lighting looks in there.
Right?
The building does not have this many rooms anymore.
No. Now it is like maybe 8 rooms,
Yeah,
give or take.
approximately. Much more
Okay.
open concept.
Yeah.
Room, dinner room, bathrooms. Do you count bathrooms? Yes.
Yes.
Tim, are you counting the rooms in the museum now?
Maybe. So there's 9 rooms if you include everything without a door as one room.
Oh, I was so
So like
close.
that,
Yeah, that was a
that
really
would
good guess.
plot twist. We actually just cancel the stream and turn it into a series where Tyler guesses random numbers and then I prove him wrong.
I'm okay with this.
Test your psychic link.
Was that the wrong one? It was. Yep.
Oh god, there's so many. They're just roaming
There.
around now.
The fact that it hasn't crashed my computer is really impressive.
I mean, it
Like,
didn't crash it when they were all in the same room together. So like it's still all the same entities that are loaded into the. They're just more spread out now. If anything, that would make it easier on your computer.
So what is the
oh, I
plan?
know. I just
What were you saying, Juliana?
I was asking for myself and everyone watching, what is our plan for today?
So, what I'm doing is one of the features that I'd love to hear you talk about, Juliana, is that we're going to have a lot of actual like live music. Like it's not just going to be an exhibit about punk rock with punk rock music playing in the background all the time. Like we're going to really try to make it as immersive as possible.
Yeah,
So we actually have a full drum kit. So that's what I'm going to be making on
we
a
have
really
a full
big
band
scale.
pretty much.
We have pretty much a full band, yeah.
Well, yeah, because we've got a guitar, we've got a bass, we've got the drums.
We've got microphones,
Yeah, we need a
got
keyboard.
a tambourine. So we're gonna have instructions on how to turn the amps on and how to get started on instruments, and people are gonna be able to come in and try it out, play some punk music. But we're also, for our opening on June 3rd, we're having 4 different bands play. It's an all ages show. So we're going to have Dark Era, Tunnel Vision, Mild Manners, and Needlecrafts. And Needlecrafts is actually the band that our manager Elsa is in at the moment. So that's going to be very sick, and it's going to be nice to see the space come to life and actually like host punk music.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see like actual movement and music and just everything that's gonna be part of this exhibit. I think it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be sick. I mean, on top of that, we have we're going to have, I think, an area where you can burn your own tape of some of the tapes that we have. We're gonna have zines that you can look through. We have a Dust Slime record, which is crazy, and we've photocopied the insert for it so that people can look through that. What else are we doing? We have a lot of stuff going on.
And on top of that, we also just have a lot of other programs and programming going on too, which is really exciting because, again, like I said it before, and I'll say it 1,000 times tonight, I'm sure, is immersion. You know, it's not just going to be, oh, we have panels talking about punks. We're actually going to have like people who were members of the Mount Pearl punk rock community coming in and giving talks or doing jam sessions or, you know, those kinds of things. So
yeah, we have a lot planned. Gonna have skateboarding in the parking lot. And this weekend we're gonna be at the St. John's Farmers Market in the community booth, doing screen printing, I think, and button making.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit about what screen printing is? Because, like, I only found out about screen printing because I work at the museum.
I'll do my best. My sister is the one with the printmaking degree. But it's a form of printmaking. It's, like, pretty cost effective, pretty cheap to do. You need a screen. You need, I think, like, emulsion. I don't know what they're called, what the things are called. But you paint a design onto the screen and basically make that part of it blocked out. And then you can print things onto fabric through the screen. And you can reuse the screen multiple times. That's my layman's description of screen printing.
No, I think that was pretty spot on. I have to say, like, as someone who knew nothing about it and only recently found out about it, like, I'm fascinated. Like, genuinely, just seeing how you can make multiple copies of the exact same thing perfectly, and, like, how perfectly that fits in with the punk idea and community of, like, doing it yourself and, like, creating your own stuff rather than, like, now if we wanted band t-shirts, we'd, you know, send out to Canva or, oh, what's that other really big one that makes the business cards? Vistaprint, you know? And it's like, as opposed to punks who were like, okay, we're going to take an old picture frame, beat out the glass, replace it with, like, silk fabric, you know?
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Although screen printing is still a pretty popular thing to do, even for, like, smaller bands and stuff. I know quite a few people who screen print their own designs. But definitely harder to do for larger amounts of things.
For any of our viewers, what you're seeing on your screen right now is Tim's rendition of a photo of Frosty. Tim, do you want to give a brief rundown on Frosty before we punkify him?
Yes, this was a picture of Frosty in 1998 at an event during the Frosty Festival called, was it called Campfire in the City? I think it was called.
I think so.
I can't remember since I was 3 at the time. But yeah, they took a picture of him in front of the bonfire, and, like, I know they thought it was going to be, like, a really cute photo op, but instead it's kind of just created this, like, looking image. Like, we love him. It's adorable, and I love it. It is peak 90s. But yeah, so we recreated him out of wool, and we're gonna do a little tweak to him for this exhibit.
Yes, it is how you will find him as he appears in the Punk Rock Pearl exhibit. And we have a beautiful poem about him in our chat now that you can go and read.
Do we?
Oh, that's lovely.
We do. I'm not going to read it out loud since it has what could be construed as a bad word and we're technically family friendly, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
that's gonna be an interesting bridge to cross as this whole exhibit goes on.
Very true, yeah. We have yeah, I wouldn't call the exhibit necessarily family friendly
Now,
to
speaking of
all
family
families.
friendly, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'll jump right in. Is speaking of family friendly, why don't you tell, or maybe I might jump in and tell you a little bit about what's happening on June 4th.
Yeah.
So June 3rd is our grand opening, and like Juliana told you, we're gonna have like live performances and all this stuff. June 4th, which is the Saturday, the day after, we're open 11 to 7 that day, and we are doing what we're calling the family friendly opening. So we're gonna have crafts there for kids. We're gonna have all sorts of like family oriented programming, and it'll be a great opportunity for people to come out. And like I said, especially like when I say fun for the whole family, I literally mean fun for the whole family. Like, it's a great opportunity to get like the younger generation out. I'm really excited to see like 80s, 90s, and 2000s punks who are all like grown up now with kids to come back and be like, I'm really excited about this event. But yeah, so it is 11 to 7, June 4th, which is the Saturday, and I'm stoked. Like, I cannot wait to open this exhibit.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Very exciting. Lots to do until it opens, but once it's open, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. I think I'm a little off center with that, but
Oh god. Ah,
Oh my god. Oh, he's perfect. Did he have glasses? Did someone draw glasses on him?
no, he has a unibrow, but he does have red eyes.
yes.
Oh, that's horrifying. That's worse.
I love him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and the little snowman just and the yeah, that's upsetting. Apologies to our viewers.
Sleep well.
I know I
Worst thing
won't.
is when you come around this side, it's the same face. Like before you edit it. So I don't know, like, do we need to do it on both sides?
I don't know.
He still has red eyes on both sides.
Yeah, because I took out his black pupils and made them
You
red.
took out his eyes
I took out his eyes and replaced them.
with a spoon.
I'm gonna call you the Sandman.
I mean, I guess I could recreate him on both sides.
I didn't realize just how much work this drum is gonna be. Not
It's
that I'm
looking
begging
good
for
so
your
far.
help, but sorry?
It's looking good so far.
I don't know what I was thinking making it this large, but here we are.
Oh, I think I lowered the brow on this one, so now he looks even more evil.
Oh my, oh, he's
Oh, yeah,
perfect.
no, it's.
I think one thing I have to say about Punk Rock Pearl, even though it's not even finished yet and it's not open, I'm trying not to give too much away, but like one thing I can really say is what I love about an exhibit is like I love an exhibit that makes you have to rethink the way you perceive reality, if that makes sense. Like I want an exhibit to, make me like I'm trying to think of the right word for it. I want it to make me have a paradigm shift. I want it to challenge the way that I see the world and understand where I fit in it. And I really think Punk Rock Pearl has been doing a fantastic job so far of doing that.
Mm.
So I'm pretty excited for people to get to come and see it.
Yeah.
Especially since I feel like it's going to have such a different audience than our like usual brand. You know?
Yeah. And that's what we're aiming for. To a degree. But Tim, I think you had like the least exposure to punk out of the four of us who were working when we started preparing for the exhibit.
Tyler, did you put that meme in the OBS after?
No, I wish I did.
Oh, it's fine. No judgment. We made a meme, and it's like 3 people with like big baggy sweaters, like hats on sideways, and then they've just got like a teddy bear with a toque on in between them. And I was like, yeah, that's me. That is me in the workplace. I remember trying to write a punk rock ad at the start of Punk Rock Pearl, like when we were preparing for it, and I was completely unexposed. And just being like, I sounded more like Carol Baskin than I sounded like punk. Like, hello, all you cool cats and kittens, and come out to Punk Rock Pearl.
Do you feel like working on the exhibit and seeing parts of the exhibit has helped you understand it a little more?
I think it has helped validate what punks do and what punks stand for. And what I mean by that is, like, I was raised by, like, little old people who are just like, oh, oh, those punks. And it's just something you, like, shake your fist and dismiss them as being, like, ne'er-do-wells and miscreants. And I think it really has opened my eyes to be able to see that, like, oh, but actually, like, they were activists and they were protesting and they were actually, like, not just like spoiled kids who were lashing out, but were actually like people who were just distraught with what they were seeing around them. And I think that's really what I hope other people get to experience seeing this exhibit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, this is going to be a really big project.
Yep, I don't know what I was thinking.
Almost half an hour in, halfway through.
It's okay. It's okay.
Just make the rest of it like much smaller.
I
Like
mean, we could just
comically
burn
smaller.
this. We could just burn this one down and start fresh. I am open to that idea.
No, I think it'd be really funny to have like one just like a big one big kick drum, and then you've got
Okay,
tiny
okay.
everything else.
Hear me out. Stop building black on this side.
Okay,
Hear me out.
I'm listening.
The kick drum from the HM Wireless side is going to look like a kick drum. On this side, why don't we stick a bunch of little things in here, like make a little guitar in it, and like do almost like a weird Shelby unit thing.
Oh, that's such a cool
A
idea.
mini exhibit. A mini exhibit. Love it. Thinking on the fly.
That's a very
We
cool
have a
idea.
comment just saying drum stage in all caps.
Drumstick.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
Tear down what we have on the walls now that I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil things for people. We're putting up a big, ginormous drum that's actually going to be a stage.
Tim.
Yes.
Tim, I don't think we have the funding for that.
I don't care. We'll find it.
Also,
We may have
convenient
to lay
plug,
off
support
one
the
of you.
arts.
So if anyone wants to come out to Admiralty House, help us build a giant kick drum, we'd appreciate it.
Yep, to work, everyone. I don't know how we're going to fit it. The roof is only, what, like 12 feet up? But we'll figure it out.
Just, we can, like, saw a hole in the ceiling and roof.
Oh no, did I not take a picture of the guitars? The bass is green. That's all I remember.
The bass is green, the guitar is red.
Well, I know, but it's more than just red. It's like a bunch of different
It's
reds.
sunburst. It's like
Let's see if I have a picture.
it's got like the black outer
What are
edge,
these?
and then like a red, and then orange, and then like a lighter orange. And then the pick guard on the base is black, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Sometimes my memory does not work. Like, you give me a task, I will completely forget to do it unless I write it down. Other times, I can remember very clearly. And there's
I have a picture of the bass. I don't know if I have a picture of the guitar.
another
The
guitar
won't be so
also
bad with
has.
the bass is what I remember.
Well, the guitar also has stickers all over it, so whereas the bass is just clean.
What are these you've built? I have no idea what they are. I'm excited.
Stage lights, I don't know.
No, go for it. Love it. We are. Hmm. I had to look up a picture of a bass guitar because I was like, I can't remember what it actually looks like.
Is it?
I'm very
It's
bad
a
for like visual memory.
it's a Gretsch, isn't it?
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna send a picture to you, Tim, on
Oh,
Twitch.
you're my hero.
I wish I had a picture of the guitar, though.
It is what it is. Maybe the sea lanterns would work better for lighting.
Glowstone could also look pretty fascinating. Although I do like the look of these little rod thingies. I know little to nothing about Minecraft, so watching me try to call things by name is like... I'm like those TikToks where like people show Pokemon to old people and ask them to name them. Oh, that's Arnold. And it's a Squirtle.
Honestly, what's the difference though? I love Squirtle. He's my favorite.
Squirtle's the only correct choice. Maybe Bulbasaur if you're playing the long game.
Um, I'm at a loss for what to be doing.
Am I going at all in the right direction?
I don't know what that is. I don't
I'm
know what
trying
that...
really hard. I'm very bad with shapes, okay?
Oh, that's the base. Oh, okay.
Base. I thought you
I
said
think
vase.
I think it's working.
Hmm.
I am trying so hard.
In your defense, we are working with what we have in Minecraft. Without mods.
Well, I need to get it to not be so tall that it goes outside of the drum. Like, it needs to stay inside the drum.
Does anyone want to talk about the slime?
I love the slime.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. Like, I all I know is they're from Newfoundland, question mark, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, the slime was Newfoundland's very first punk band. I believe they formed in 1977 or 78 at... Is it CHMR? CMHR?
CHMR sounds right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's it.
At Mun's radio station. And it was started really as like a one-off by like music enthusiasts and volunteers at the radio station. And they did a fundraiser, I think also for the radio station, as Da Slime, branding themselves as a band from Britain. So people didn't know that it was actually just these guys from Mun that everyone was familiar with already. And so their first show got a bit rowdy because I think people were a bit frustrated by the false advertising, and it ended with bottles being thrown at the stage and at the band, and one of the musicians having to get a few stitches.
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah.
always fun.
But after that, opinions really changed about them, and people started to think of Da Slime very fondly because they had some very like tongue-in-cheek, funny, catchy songs, and I think people were really starting to gravitate towards punk music. So they stuck around after that gig, and they ended up recording what might even be the first double album by a punk band. Definitely the first double album by a Newfoundland band. And they ran out of sleeves for the records. After they got the records printed, they ran out of money. And so they bought a bunch of record sleeves from a bunch of other bands. And so they defaced those record covers to say Dust Lime. There's a famous one that's a Burton Cummings record, and he has one of his teeth blacked out, he has a unibrow, and it says Dust Lime across the record. And those sell for a lot of money now, and they've become kind of collector's items. Because Dust Lime is like actually a very good band, and they were the first Newfoundland punk band. So we have one of those records at the exhibit.
I actually have a picture of that I can pull up.
Yeah, it was very generously lent to us by the Center for Newfoundland Studies, I believe, at Memorial University.
It's not the best picture, but we work with what we got.
Yeah, so this isn't even earlier. There are records with silver paint and records with red paint, and the silver ones are from the first set of them. So this is one of the older ones, and this one's especially special because Dust Lime first called themselves Too Loose and Dust Lime. And another reason for the frustration at their first show was because they thought that this band, Toulouse, was coming to play at Munn. But it was Too Loose, Tooloose, I think, and Dust Lime. So, pretty special record.
It's really cool. I'm very very glad we managed to get our hands on that.
Yeah. And after that, like very soon after that, came the Reaction, which were the first punk band from Mount Pearl. So I think we had Dust Lime and then the Reaction, and we talk about both in the exhibit. But I'm not sure the Reaction gets quite as much attention as Dust Lime.
Shoot, there was something I was gonna say and then my brain deleted it.
It happens.
Shoot. Sorry. Come back to me.
If anyone has any questions about the exhibit, feel free to leave them in the chat. If anyone has any questions about what we're doing, does anyone want to explain? And reintroduce?
Yes, I can do that.
Cool.
So yes, hello. If anybody else is joining us, we started half an hour ago. So I guess if anybody popped in the last half hour, my name is Tim. I'm the assistant manager at Admiralty House Communications Museum. We're a small nonprofit museum in Mount Pearl. And we are basically just doing a bit of a live stream opportunity if anybody has any questions, and also for us to get to tell you guys about some of the stuff that's coming up with our Punk Rock Pearl Museum, or exhibit, that is opening on Friday, June 3rd. It's an exhibit that's going to be all about the history of punk rock music, but especially punk rock music is as it existed in and around Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Trying to think if I'm missing any other staples. What we're doing is...
Still exists.
Sorry?
As it still exists.
As
We're
it
not
still
just talking
exists.
about the past.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I have found a surprising and alarming amount of people who are trying to be like, oh no, punk rock is dead. And it's like, is it?
It's not.
Punk's not dead.
But yeah, so we started out by recreating the bass drum that we actually have on display, because we're actually going to have fully playable instruments as part of the exhibit. And then when we decided the bass drum is way too big and it's going to take forever, we decided, oh, let's create miniature versions of all the other instruments inside of it, because art.
Oh, apparently we're echoing.
Is it me? Am I the problem?
Let's see.
I also just turned my audio right down because I do have an external monitor, so that might have been the reason.
Oh yeah, that could be it.
Apparently it's all of us.
Oh, weird.
Oh yeah, but like if you're speaking, it might be getting picked up on my mic.
No, I've got the thing muted. It might be me. One sec. Is this any better?
Oh yeah, I just heard it come back through.
Shoot.
Tim, would you stop pelting me with snowballs?
I'm having fun.
Let me check the audio settings.
Hello? Are we still echoing? My monitor is no longer picking up an echo, but I don't know if that... I don't know.
Is anyone else in the chat getting like an echo feedback?
I'm not hearing it when I turn on Twitch.
Huh. Oh, I just heard an echo feedback from someone.
I heard that too.
But yes, I guess while Tyler pokes at it, maybe Juliana, did you want to tell us a little bit about our opening week and what that's going to look like?
Yes. So we open the exhibit on June 3rd, which is a Friday. And to open it, we're having an all ages show. So Dark Era, Tunnel Vision, Mild Manners, and Needlecrafts are all playing. We're going to have snacks provided by Toslow, which are very delicious, and starts at 6 p.m. It's free, and everyone should come. But if you have like a young family or you're not super into loud noises or being around other people at the moment or multiple, anyway, we're gonna have a like a family-friendly opening on June 4th. I believe from 11 to 7. Just trying to pull up the information about it. I think we're gonna have button making. What else are we having?
That is an excellent question. Huh. I believe there's also... Here, I'm going to pull up our actual flyer because my brain cannot remember either.
Anyway, we're gonna have crafts of various kinds. So that's 11 to 7 on June 4th, which is a Saturday. What else do we have going on? This weekend, we're at the farmer's market doing screen printing and making buttons.
I'm super excited for that. I love the farmer's market, especially just because it is sort of like a weird little cultural space that we have that
Yeah,
is really unique. And so to get to be a part of that and to get to bring like punk rock into that is pretty exciting.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And nice to talk to people in St. John's and get the word out about our little Mount Pearl Museum.
Okay, so hopefully, maybe sorted the sound issues.
Oh,
Hmm.
I have a picture of like the general shape of the guitar, if that helps.
That would actually be super helpful.
Okay. It's just in the background of another picture. So it's like not good, but
I
Okay.
hate how comedically large the head of the bass is, but
Yeah, what can you do? Oh wait, I might actually have a solution. Um. Okay, the
see, now
person that
that looks silly. It's so tiny.
I'm not done yet. The person who said that they were having audio issues said that it could be them and that they're going to reboot. So hopefully everything's sorted out.
Juliana was like, I have a picture of the basic shape of
it's
the guitar, and I was trying to imagine how you got a picture of the shape without capturing any of the detail.
it's really bad.
She just sent me the most overexposed,
Um,
shaky
I can
picture.
I can send you like a still from a video of me playing the guitar.
No, it's totally fine. It actually, like, that works perfect. It's just
I know we have
really
a
funny because I couldn't imagine what you meant by, I can show you the shape. Uh,
Oh, that's not. That
I
didn't
know
work.
the guitar has a Vans off the wall logo, and we have an Admiralty House logo on there now.
Nice.
I feel like, can it be an instrument from the early 2000s without having a Vans Off the Wall logo on it?
It
No.
Like, is
absolutely
that
cannot.
even legally allowed?
No. Every instrument actually came with one on.
Just
Already
From like
pre-made.
pre-installed.
2002 to let's say 2009, you needed to have one on there.
Yeah. Just get pulled over. Like, excuse me, sir. I noticed you don't have a van sticker on there.
Are they playing guitar while they're driving?
Oh no, they didn't get pulled over. Did I say they get pulled over?
Yeah.
You specifically said they
Oh,
get
well, I
pulled
guess
over.
they did in this narrative. They got pulled over.
They
I
got
don't
more
know, man.
problems than not having a van sticker if they're getting pulled over for not having a van sticker.
I'm trying really hard. Okay.
That's a little bit better for the neck, but still not
Yeah, that
great.
looks really good. Gets the idea across. Looks fretted.
I liked the idea of backlighting because the neck of the guitar was getting kind of lost in the.
Yeah. Oh no, that looks great.
Okay, cool. Person in chat said that the sound must have just been them. No worries. I'm glad that got sorted out.
Yeah, that's good. Kim, how's it
It was the-
going?
Oh, sorry.
How's it going?
It's going. My like perfectionist tendencies are just like, how do you make these shapes out of squares?
Yeah,
Ugh.
especially the sunburst. That's like probably the hardest color
Oh, absolutely. It's such a
pattern.
nice
Um.
color, though.
Hmm. Huh.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we could do
Hmm.
it out of the wall, like the wall blocks instead of the hole blocks, but I don't think that'll work.
Yeah.
Something I realized we haven't really talked about much, if you don't mind me like jumping in here, is we haven't really talked about our partnerships. Um, and what I mean by that
Yeah.
is Mount Pearl, sorry, Punk Rock
No, no.
Pearl has been like a project of ours, but it has been done in partnership with a few different local groups. So, Juliana, did you want to tell us a little bit about Secret East, and then I can come in about AMP?
I don't know a ton about Secret East. I know that it's run by Chris Hamlin and I believe possibly another person. But I believe he does like a bunch of stuff about kind of the alternative scene I think he focuses specifically on Newfoundland and Labrador. So talking more about like the lesser known cultural, I'm not thinking of the right words, but yeah, talking about like alternative culture in Newfoundland and Labrador instead of focusing on like traditional culture and mainstream culture. So he wrote all the blog posts for us leading up to the exhibit, and we based I think most of our panels on those blog posts, and he's been super important for like all the research and getting us in touch with a bunch of people and helping us acquire artifacts. And he's been great to work with. So that's been great. And then we're also partnering with AMP. Tim, do you want to talk about AMP?
Yeah, before we jump over to AMP, actually, something else I was going to mention too about Chris Hamlin and Secret East is they're also going to be partnering with us on our next trivia. So we actually do trivia over at Landwash Brewery, which is like just around the corner from us on Commonwealth. And that's going to be, I believe, June 16th. Tickets are not for sale quite yet, but they will be up sometime in the next week. And we are hoping to have Chris or someone from Secret East actually come out and host a round about trivia stuff. So, pretty stoked about that partnership. But yes, our other partner, or one of our other partners, because there's actually a couple more actually, is the Association for the Arts Mount Pearl. So you probably know them from our prior events. We partner with them on the Frosty exhibit. We partner with them on a lot of our programs. But they are another nonprofit based out of the building next to Admiralty House, the Annex. And they are all about promoting the arts in Mount Pearl. When I say arts, it is literally everything from painting to drawing to writing to acting to you name it, they do it. Fantastic group of people. I love every single one of them dearly. And it's just fantastic to see like the amazing stuff we've been able to do with their support because, you know, like I am not artistically inclined. And so like getting to partner with them on like the zine workshops we've been doing, you know, has just drastically expanded what we've been able to do with this exhibit.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and also another partner in this is it the Mount Pearl Public Library?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I was like, is it Mount Pearl or is it just like the entire library system? Did you want to talk a little bit about that, Juliana? Because I know that and their zine collection.
Yeah, so I'm a little hazy on like the specifics, but we've partnered with them on our screen printing workshops that we've done. We've hosted a few at their library in Mount Pearl and at the Annex. Um, they've been really great to collaborate with. And I believe the exhibit is going to be like split into pieces and will go to a bunch of different Newfoundland libraries after we take it down. But I think we're also collaborating on a zine library with them, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening with that at the moment, but I'll definitely keep everyone updated with that.
I'm really stoked, especially because a lot of what we're partnering with them with is going to be helping support them in being able to start an actual official zine collection for the libraries.
Yeah.
Um, as someone who like I particularly really love libraries and really support them, I love seeing like I went to the library there 2 weeks ago because we had a zine workshop at the Mount Pearl Public Library, and how they have a whole section of like graphic novels and comics now, you know, and I
Mm-hmm.
love the fact that they're pushing alternative forms of literature and not just like classic traditional novels,
Yeah.
you know. So the fact that they're now starting a zine collection that's going to be made publicly available too just like makes me so happy.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And they're also very nice to work with. They were in the museum yesterday and came to see the exhibit and how it's coming along. And they were so enthusiastic. And it was really nice to have that enthusiasm and motivation and encouragement.
Oh yeah, for sure.
trying to
And
think what else.
and that's the nice thing about all of our partners really is they've all been so wonderful to work with and have all been so supportive and excited for the whole project and exhibit, and it's just been very refreshing to have um, people so invested and so excited, like to the same degree or uh, like level as all of us.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think that's all our partners. I guess Come Home Year is technically involved
Yes,
as well.
absolutely. So the whole exhibit, I believe, was actually funded by the Come Home Year and the grants that came from that. If anybody's familiar with Come Home Year, it is basically a large push in order to encourage Newfoundlanders who are living away, or even just people who have always wanted to visit the province to come home and visit. Um, so they do a lot of supporting of cultural events and a lot of support of especially the heritage sector. And so we've been very, fortunate to get that funding because without it, we would not have been able to do any of this really. You know, um,
Yeah, it's been great to have to have that source of funding.
uh,
Symbols are really hard to
It's looking good. You're doing your best.
doing my best with what I got, which is cubes.
What else should we talk about?
Hmm.
I have to ask Juliana, if you had to pick a favorite punk band, what would it be?
Oh no.
Yep, you can only pick one. There can only be one. Don't give me none of that top three. No, only one.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, what constitutes punk?
Hmm. Don't ask me.
If we're sticking to like classic, like 70s and 80s and 90s punk bands, hmm, possibly. Hmm. No, it is hard. Probably Black Flag for me. But
I'm
also soft spot in my heart for Dead Kennedys and also like the Misfits. I love horror punk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's so fun. It's been great to listen to punk music again because I haven't listened to it a lot in the past few years, but going back to my roots.
What about you, Tim? Who's your favorite punk artist since your recent discovery journey of punk?
Please ignore the sound of Tim in the background googling punk groups. No, I'm actually pulling up my. I've been making a Spotify playlist, so I've been listening to. My recommendation for anybody at home who you want to get into punk music, but it's not particularly your thing yet, is I've been listening to a lot of ska, a lot of pop punk, and a lot of like skate punk, because I find it really tunes into my like '90s and early 2000s nostalgia. So it's like what I've been calling my like gateway drug into punks. Um, I'm trying to see. I've been listening to a lot of Latigre, and I'm actually really enjoying them because we watched The Punk Singer, which is a documentary about Kathleen Hanna, um, and that's really gotten me into Latigre.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's probably who I would say for now.
Nice.
Nice. What about you, Tyler?
Hmm. Yeah, it's tough because I've always been really big on like pop punk, despite having a more metal music taste. So metal has always been my like go-to. But as far as punk goes, I've always listened to more like pop punk stuff. Like oh wow, I'm just blanking on everything now. Like early A Day to Remember, and like Blink 182, stuff like that. Um, but favorite,
Yep, there can only be one.
yeah, it's tough because I really like. Hmm, I've actually been listening to a lot of like older punk and stuff. So I listened to a lot of Agent Orange while I was making my staff playlist, and I have to say I like them quite a bit.
Cool.
Um, but as for favorite, I think I might have to go with yeah, no, Agent Orange. Final answer.
Nice. Well, I think we've all chosen well.
And you just mentioned something too that we haven't talked about at all is staff playlists, hey?
Yeah. I think the three of us and Elsa are the folks who put together staff playlists for the
I
exhibit.
haven't released mine yet.
Oh, really?
Yours goes
Is
out
that
tomorrow.
coming out tomorrow?
Does it? Oh, there's nothing on it.
Damn.
Well, you better get to work.
What?
Yeah, it goes out tomorrow.
Oh,
Which we haven't been releasing those until the afternoon slash evening, so you have time.
I have time.
But time is ticking.
It's gonna be good though. Like I think one of the things I've loved about seeing the staff playlist is you really get a taste for who we are as people because like you hear like Tyler's appreciation of metal music as opposed to like mine makes me think like if the cast if the soundtrack maker of Kangaroo Jack was to put together the soundtrack for the next Tony Hawk Pro Skater game.
That's an incredible description.
I love that description very much. But also, yeah, any Tony Hawk soundtrack uh,
True.
is good.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I would throw out the Hives because I was obsessed with that band as like a 12-year-old, and they're punk adjacent.
oh, another really good game soundtrack is Burnout 3 Takedown. Had one of the best soundtracks
Yes,
ever.
I remember that
Yeah,
so
it's
fondly.
it's so good. And there's a lot of like pop punk and stuff like that on there. That's really good.
Isn't
Cool.
that the one that also had Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne in like 7 different languages?
Um,
Or is that a different Burnout game?
I think that's
There
a
was a
different
lot of
Burnout game.
Burnouts.
But Lazy Generation was the like theme for that game. I'm
Yeah,
trying to remember who
I think
sings
it's the
that.
same one, but maybe I'm making it up. Who knows?
I'm loving these devil horns.
Why, thank you. I'm trying really hard and they're just not quite working out, but that's fine.
I think they're working.
I think it's pretty good.
And folks are going to be able to see these devil horns in the exhibit.
It's true. It is my favorite thing we've made for the exhibit.
Yeah, so we printed green devil horn hands on the 3D printer. And they will appear as, I guess, stands or displays.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most apt description.
Yeah, they're looking very cool.
Other stuff that we've printed for the exhibit, since we are having the interactive bass and guitar, we've 3D printed guitar picks, bass picks, and a lot of other cool stuff that you'll have to come see
Yeah.
because I don't want to spoil everything.
True.
I get excited about the 3D printer because that's a big part of my job, but
It's been really exciting seeing everything that's possible with it.
yeah,
And it's been a lot of. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say it's really cool and useful for us.
Yeah.
I'm impressed how many times it has just absolutely come in clutch. Like, just in terms of like, we've been able to, like, my background in history, I love conservation work, and being able to put like a zine in a stand and go, actually, I like this, but like if we can make it half an inch shallower, if we were ordering it from traditional sources, it would take weeks for the first one to get here, realize we don't quite like it, and then have to order a second one and wait weeks. As opposed to this one, Tyler prints one off in like 3 hours. We go, oh, okay, we need it half an inch shorter so that the book can stand safer to preserve it, and then you can just print off another one. It's like, yes, oh,
Yeah,
so
and we
cool.
can like do custom colors and like color combinations. And that's been really fun for this exhibit since we have this green color that appears throughout it.
Yeah, the color palette is really good for the exhibit. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
A slightly acider Shrek.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm happy with it. I'm backing away.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like it a
It's
lot.
beautiful. And it's 8:02 p.m.
I'd say we wrapped this up pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super stoked considering how it started out and then turned. I'm super happy.
Yeah. And it's just made better by our frosty friend. Oh, Tim.
I feel like we need to get rid of the scary Frosty on the other side so that it looks super innocent from the other side, and then you come around to this side and it's like, huh.
I think that's a great idea.
No, because then you can see like the sign of the horns from the other side too. So like,
You need to cover that up.
won't you just shoot me? Wow, this is a hostile work environment. Juliana, Tyler is bullying me.
You've been throwing snowballs at me this whole time.
Cut it out, you two. Or you'll both be in timeout.
All right, so should we wrap it? Is there anything else people want to know in the chat, or anything else that we haven't covered that anyone can think of?
Well, once again, exhibit opening is next Friday, June 3rd, for the All Ages show with 4 different punk bands from Mount Pearl and refreshments provided by Toslow. And then Saturday, June 4th is the family-friendly opening, which is from 11 to 7. And we'll have all kinds of crafts and activities for the whole family.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more or you want to stay tuned and hear about updates and events and news as it's coming, follow us on social media. We are on Facebook. Our account on Facebook is facebook.com/Admiralty Museum. We are on Twitter at Admiralty Museum, and we're on Instagram also at Admiralty Museum, I believe.
Yeah, you can scroll down actually and see them to the right
Oh,
of the
right, yeah, it's all on
About
our
Admiralty House section.
Wicked. So yeah, if you want to learn more, if you want to invite people to our Facebook events because you want to go to Punk Rock Pearl, there's so many things we haven't talked about tonight because, like we can't really announce events until they're perfectly nailed to the floor that are going to be coming up all summer long with this exhibit because we're running until, I believe, is it the end of August, Juliana?
Yes, for now. We might be extending it. We'll see.
So we're going to have all sorts of events happening like almost weekly. So make sure to check out our social media platforms and follow us.
Yeah. And if you have any suggestions for punk-related things we could build possibly in Minecraft, should people comment those or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Reach out to us.
And we'll also be uploading this to our YouTube channel, which is also available on our Twitch page through a link. And if you want to comment it there, feel free.
Cool.
All right, so
Yeah, I think that's
I
everything.
guess that's it. Thanks for coming out.
And come out to Punk Rock Pearl.
Yes. Launching June 3rd.
Yes.
So excited, you guys. 1 week.
I know, it's so close.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.